Hey, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Tekken, aka Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan Game, and also the Rebel YouTube Underground. I am back, and I am back. I don't know what I said the first time, but I am back with yet another commentary. And I know there's not going to be any gameplay in the background. I'm sorry, but a lot of the Tekken 7 gameplay has been awful. Pretty much they took out testing machines to like arcades and had people test them out, so people could not hook up capture cards to it. So they had to resort to using their cell phone. And cell phone footage is bad. It is horrible. And then the trailer, you know, if I put the trailer up, I will get a match third party thing, because I tried to do this a while back. I was trying to give you guys my opinion on Tekken, and I had the trailer in the background, and they would not let me post it with that trailer, so I just scraped it. But a lot of people have been asking me my opinion on it, so I thought, man, I'll just finally do it, and I just have some pictures in the background. So you guys already know I am huge in Tekken. Like I almost said the Tekken scene, but I'm not huge in the Tekken scene because I don't even go to the tournaments. But I love Tekken. Tekken is my favorite fighter of all time. Like I've loved it ever since I first played it back in, I believe, '96. When I first played the PlayStation, like I was hooked on this game. It was different. It was 3D. It was you know, before 3D, I was playing, you know, your Mortal Kombat's and your Street Fighters and things like that. But then, you know, I played Virtual Fighter at the arcade, but I didn't own a 3D console, so playing the PlayStation, man, I remember, you know, I played two 3D fighters. Actually, I played Battle Arena Toshinden first, and then that's when I played Tekken, and Tekken was just better to me. It just held my interest a bit more. And I love the game, man. And ever since then, I got me a PlayStation, and I remember buying Tekken 2 was one of the games. Like I think it was like the third game I bought on it. And ever since then, man, I just been loving Tekken. So we recently got to see, you know, the last few months we've been seeing some trailers and gameplay of Tekken 7. I remember a few months ago I did a video with my impressions on the leak little teaser that they gave us during, I believe it was one of the fighting tournaments. I forgot which one it was, but they gave us a teaser, and I did an impressions video, and I gave some ideas of stuff that I wanted in the game, and I thought should be in the game. So after seeing the gameplay and all the new characters and stuff now, a lot of stuff I asked for was not put in the game. Now, a lot of you newer guys that's newer to the Tekken scene, and I would say around Tekken 6 and up, the game might look fine to you because you came around when after the, you know, the Namco Bandai merge, and I believe you know, when Namco merged with Bandai, it kind of caused this issue of them making off the wall characters and them straying more away from what Tekken was normally about, which was like martial arts and some real, like seriousness and not realism, because my favorite characters in the Tekken series, one of them is like a bear, and the other one is a kangaroo with boxing gloves and a raptor with boxing gloves. So it's not too real. I mean, they've always had that wackiness because it's a Japanese game, but for the most part, they stuck to, you know, real martial art techniques, and it seems like they're straying away from that. Ever since they got with Bandai with, I think, Tekken 6, you know, the characters have been coming more over the top. I mean, you got Elisa, and I really didn't like Elisa when she first popped up in Tekken 6. I did not like her. You got Lily. Now, Lily was a character I did warm up to, but she was kind of cheesy and cheap, and that's probably the reason I liked her. But then after a while, I stopped choosing her. And then Lars. Now, Lars was a character definitely made by Bandai. He was made by one of the artists who creates the Naruto characters. And if you take a look at Lars, sorry I had a burp. If you take a look at Lars, you'll see that, you know, he is definitely modeled like a Naruto character, and that's why he was actually on one of the Naruto games that came out around when Tekken 6 was, you know, new. So, it seems like they've been going, you know, to this over-the-top, flashy stuff to pull in other casual fans. Now, looking at the Tekken gameplay that we've been seeing recently, I'm definitely sure they're going that route. One, the flashiness of the hits. You know, Tekken always had, you know, these little, when they hit people, you see like little flashes and lights and things like that. And they used to get, you know, other fighting game developers like the guys over at Dead or Alive, Team Ninja, I think they're called. They used to always, you know, go at the Tekken creator for, you know, the flashiness when they hit people and stuff like that. I never had a problem with that. I thought that was cool, but now it's a little over the top looking. Now I understand they're bringing it on a newer console. They have better graphics and they want to show off what the engine can do, but it's a little overboard, man. All those particles and sparks flashing everywhere. It looks like everybody's made out of metal and they're just hitting each other and it's like sparking off of them. So I would hope they would tone that down a little bit. Some other things that I saw that I didn't like, and mind you, again, I'm sorry I can't show any gameplay, but I will get a copyright for showing any of the trailers, gameplay from the trailer, and it's ugly looking at the other gameplays that people recorded. But I'll put the links in the description so you can actually check them out. Just go down the description. I'll put the trailer and I'll put some gameplay of some of the new characters down that I'm going to be talking about. So they added some new things to the game. One is I call it the focus. It's like the focus from Street Fighter. It's pretty much a breaker. That's what it's called. And if you played Tekken Revolution or whatever it's called, the free-to-play one that was on the PS3, it's kind of similar to those moves where they did like a crazy flash and then hit you real quick. It's like that. Now they added that to Tekken Revolution. People hated that. They said it was very, very casual that they added, and they did it for casualization. They wanted it to be easier for people to pick up and play, so they added that little move. So it kind of makes this return back in Tekken 7. If someone throws a punch or a kick or something, you can hit a button combination or a button. I'm not sure what it is yet. I haven't touched it yet. But some kind of combination where your character will absorb that damage and just hit you through it. So they'll break whatever attack that you do. And I think that's kind of lame. Like, that shouldn't be in there. If you're going to have something like that, just make a counter like what Paul has and what, Asuka and June have and things like that. Like, give them a counter attack or something like that. Don't make it so it's a cheap move like they just absorb the punch and hit you. And other characters had stuff like that before. Like I believe Heihachi had a certain attack where he would absorb your punch or something and just hit you right through it. Just making an attack for certain people, and like everybody shouldn't have it. Like I just don't like that idea. Another thing they did was they took out bounding for juggles. Now, when I first played Tekken 6, like, I hated juggles. I hated it with a passion. But after a while, I got used to it. And then, like, the crazy thing was, like, people would come up with so many crazy different combos and things they would use with juggles and make the game look more appealing. Now, they didn't totally remove bound. What it looks like in the video, though, is that you can do a certain combo and a certain hit will make them kind of hit like a weird flop towards the ground, and they'll land pretty much on their upper back and their legs will be in the air for a little bit, and you could knock them back in the air for another combo. So it didn't seem like they really removed it from a down smash that you can do a down smash that you can do. Like, now it's just you hit them with some kind of attack and they'll fall back on their back, and then you can like continue on with the combo for a little bit. So it isn't totally removed, but it seems like they try to get rid of it a little bit. But it seems like people found a way to continue on with those juggles, so that's not too bad. Another thing that I did add that I did like, though, was when you get up off the ground, if you get hit by someone while you're getting up, it doesn't knock you in the air so you can get put into a juggle. What happened is you just hit back, you just launch back on the ground or something like that. And I thought that was good because I used to hate fighting some people who used to wait for you to get up and then knock you back in the air for a combo. Now, after a while, I learned how to get up because that came into play with strategy. So this is kind of casualizing the game a little bit for people who didn't want to take time to learn how to roll and get up. Eventually, I learned how to roll and get away from certain characters to get up and not get launched back in the air. So that's not really a big thing. It's cool that they added it, but it's not really a big thing. But now that I kind of think about it, it is kind of casualized for people who aren't, that talented at the game. We didn't want to take time to actually learn about how to get up and roll. So it is helpful for new Tekken players. Another thing. What did they add? It was something else. So I talked about the break, and oh, there we go. So there's new arts. It's called like a rage art or something like that. Now this is where it goes to the flashiness, casualization, Street Fighter type style again. So if you know what a super combo or ultra combo is on on Street Fighter, just think of rage arts as those on Tekken. So what it does is, okay, if you're fighting someone, if you're getting beat up, you'll go on rage mode. So unlike the old Tekken, Tekken 6 through tag and everything, when you got in rage mode, you just did like double the damage or so. They got rid of that now. People complain about it. So now what happens is, if you go into rage mode, you have one time through that round, that you can unleash like a devastating attack on someone and finish them off. It does like dumb damage, and it's just a mean combo that just automatically happens. So you have one time that you're able to do so. It seems like it's kind of slow. It shows when they're going to do it. It's not instant. It's a little slow when they do the attack, but I don't like it. I just wanted them to remove the whole, rage mode from the game altogether. Like, I think I said that in my impressions video from the leak footage, and I was like, I think they should remove rage mode altogether. So I thought they should have removed it altogether and not added anything like that. If anything, they should have just kept it how it was. I mean, don't add any super moves or ultras. Like, come on, son, that's Street Fighter. That's not Tekken. Why put that in the game, man? Tekken was all about you beating people, not about you pressing a certain move. I mean, first of all, they already had unblockable moves in the game, which no one ever really did, because you would always get killed trying to do it, unless you had a character that did a quick one, unblockable move, but it didn't do much damage. Like, you already had those in the game. Why put that in the game and just make the game more casual? If I want to get beaten by somebody, in Tekken, I want them to actually beat me because my defense wasn't on point, or something, or my attacks weren't on point and I was whiffing. Like, that's how I want to lose. I don't want to lose off of some stupid ultra move that took like 50% of health, because it takes a lot of health. It takes a lot of health. But anyway, moving on. So we also saw 3 new characters. So we saw Claudio, Katrina, I think that's how you say Katarina, or Katrina, whatever, Katarina, and the last one we saw was Lucky Chloe. So we're gonna get the Lucky Chloe last. So Claudio, the way this guy looks, he looks like he's some kind of he looks like, I don't know, people compare him to Maxi from Soul Calibur. He does kind of resemble him. He has a white outfit. His hair kind of looks like him a little bit. But his fighting style reminds me more of Lars. Now, this is another one of those characters that I don't like. This is one of those off-the-wall characters that doesn't have a real martial arts fighting style. So, pretty much, he looks like he's some kind of a, guy with the demon blood. I'm not sure, the devil blood. Maybe he's like related to Heihachi or Kazuya somewhere down the line. We'll find out. But I think he definitely does have the devil gene, because if you look at him fight, he has all these little powers. His hand starts glowing. He can throw little things at you that fly through the air like a Hadouken. Even his ultra, he does some little arrow shot with the little glowing stuff from his hand. And if you ever notice, when he starts to hit you with a while, his left blue eyes it glows. And then you just notice that on his eye there's like looks just like the Kazuya symbol or the Jin Devil Gene symbol, but it's a little different, but it's on his eye. So I'm pretty sure he has the Devil Gene. But I don't know if he's related to them at all, because he's from Italy. So I'm not sure if he's has any relations with Kazuya or any other Mishimas. But I'm thinking he must have. He has to, because he has some kind of a Devil Gene. The next character is Katarina. Now, I think Katarina is the character that Harada said that he was making more user-friendly, more noobish-friendly, where you could pretty much just button mash and do work with her. I don't like that. We have enough of those. You got your Eddie Gordos, your Baked Tosans. These are all button mash characters. You can button mash all day with them. People argue and say Law, because you can just hit that sweep and backflip all day on people that don't know how to fight Law. So we already have those characters, so why another one? Why? But at least she does have a realistic fighting style. I thought she was a clone character of Bake at first. I thought she was a Taekwondo character, but no, she actually does something called Savate or something like that. Whatever kind of fighting style it is, it's a French, like Muay Thai type fighting style. Well, it's not Muay Thai, but it's kickboxing pretty much. And I looked it up, and it is a legit fighting style, and it does look like what she does. So she at least has a traditional fighting style. The way she looks kind of like Jennifer Lopez or something. She's from Brazil, just like Christy. Has a dark skin. She looks like she's I don't know. She looks like she's one of them tough chicks, man, that just talk trash. But she does work, and she's noob friendly. So if you're new to the game, that'll be a character you might want to pick up and try out. The last character. And I know this is a long video, but the last character that they came out with recently is Lucky Chloe. Now, there's a lot of controversy that goes with Lucky Chloe. pretty much people didn't like her. Now, look, I didn't like her because of she's again one of those characters that has a fake fighting style. I don't like that. I want, you know, real fighting styles. There's a tons of styles that they could have chose to use, but they still haven't used them yet. The problem is, like I said, they gave way too many of them. So they could just make a character that just uses, you know, a drunken style character that just uses straight drunken style, or some of the other lays fighting styles. But you know, Virtua Fighter did it. You know, you got Jackie and Sarah. They're both Jeet Kune Do. You got Martial Law, Forest Law, both Jeet Kune Do, but they have different types of moves. But yeah, she doesn't use a real fighting style. It looks like she's some kind of a club girl from Asia, or B girl, because a lot of her moves look like breakdancing. So it kind of looks like capoeira, but it's more of she's breakdancing on you. Like she hits the little breakdance shuffle step, and then she like goes in and starts twirling you around on her feet and doing all these other crazy acrobatic moves. And again, it's just not, you know, what you would consider a true martial art. And that's my problem with it. And that's probably a lot of people's problems with her. But there were some people that were complaining about her look. She, as you can see in the picture, she has a cat suit on and all these crazy colors on and stuff like that. But that's how they get down in Japan. That's how it looks. So Harada answered back. He's like, well, look, she's not going to be a choosable character in the West. If you're Western, don't worry about it, because she is not going to be a character that you're going to get on your game. Only Europe and Japan are going to be getting her as a playable character, which sucks, because I would still like to play as her. I just don't like that she doesn't have a real fighting style. She's still a cool looking character. I don't have a problem with the way she looks, because I know that's Japan. But he was like, you will be getting an American looking character that's probably going to be bald headed with lots of muscles and power attacks, more Western. And that's something that we really don't want. We didn't want nothing like that. I would like to have her as a character. I just don't like that, you know, she doesn't have a real fight style. So if you give us an American character, or it sounds like it's going to be a brawny man or something that's bald headed, then give him a real fighting style then, because I don't want a fake fighting style. Don't make him a breakdancer too, because if you still give him the same fighting style, I'm still going to have a problem. So like I said, you could give us Lucky Chloe. That's all good, but it'd have been better if she gave, you know, if she had a better fighting style, or a real fighting style, I should say. But we're heading on to 20 minutes, and I'm sorry this was a long video, but I want to get everything out on how I felt about Tekken 7. It still looks like a game I want to get, but I'm just hoping it's like Street Fighter Alpha and Third Strike, where a lot of these characters are going to be forgotten and not put in any more Tekkens. They're just going to be somehow killed off, or they're going to be gone. We won't see them anymore. That's what I'm hoping for Tekken 8. Just kill off these characters, man. Claudio, all of them, just get rid of them and just make new characters after this game, because it has to come out. But just scrape them after this. That's all I feel, man. And I know you guys have different opinions, but that's how I feel. I've been playing Tekken since day one, and I just liked it when it was more martial arts oriented, you know, when it was mostly about the martial arts. But this is your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, Michael Jordan the Gaming, and I'm gone.